So hello and welcome back to another video. Now what a day we've got today. Really overcast. There's no blue sky whatsoever. It's dull, grey, miserable. We've got drizzle. The only advantage is it's actually pretty calm. We've got a light wind, but it's really nothing major at all. Now I've popped down this mark today because I've got the day off and I've been absolutely gagging to get out and go fishing. I've come down today with my heavier lure rod. This is my Shimano Technium 21 to 56 gram, and I've got some of these new. Well, I say new, they're new to me. I've been using the Western Sandy Andy, which these are here. I've been using these for maybe 2 years now, but only in the lighter versions, 23 grams. Now this bad boy is 42 grams and it's ideal for this rod. Now I'm going to be starting in some deeper water, hence the heavier soft plastic, and hopefully we're going to see some action today. I'm fairly confident. I'm going to be fishing another mark afterwards as well, but that's not going to be until the tide goes down much further. I'm pretty early in the tide, but I wanted to get down here early today because, like I said, I've got loads of time, and I just thought, do you know what, I'm just going to fish through the next 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and hopefully connect some bass. So that's the plan this afternoon. Let's get fishing, see if we can catch a bass. I don't think that swell's going to pick up any further, so I should be alright to stand on this rock. That's the lure I'm going to be starting with. An absolutely amazing imitation of a sand eel. Now these Sandy Andes have got such a great action on them. So I'm going to stick to the chest cam for now, just because while that drizzle is still coming down, I'm just going to keep the tripod out, use the chest cam, and then once it stops, which it is due to, I'll put the tripod on and we'll get a few different angles of hopefully some action. So literally just straight retrieving this lure in. There's rocks and little gullies and everything to my right. To my left is a lot cleaner sand, but really the bass can be anywhere. So it's just a case of casting the lure about, different depths, etc., different retrieve speeds, see what works and where they are. So in a little while what I might do is actually put a surface lure on also, because I wasn't expecting it to be this calm before I got down here. So it's really good conditions for a surface lure, create a bit of disturbance. For now I'm going to stick to the soft plastic, keep fishing around and around. I'm going to move to the left a little bit, just keep casting around. I'm either trying to find the fish or just waiting for them to come in here. So I've just clipped on a pachinko 140. I'm going to work this nice and erratically, hopefully entice something. Had about 20 casts with the soft plastic, no knocks or follows or anything like that. It was either a garfish or a little bait fish just having a little peck at it. Now there's still a lot of squid about as well, and the last couple of times I've been out, I've just had 1 or 2 short sessions over the last couple of weeks, and there's been squid at each mark I've gone to. Been fishing soft plastics and they've been going for the lure but just not hooking up, and I've never had any squid jigs on me at the time, but they're definitely scattered around the island. There seems to be a lot of them. Well, I don't know if that's going to come out too well on camera, but a really odd shaped cloud over there. Very stormy looking. You can see out to the islands there, there's a lot of rain coming over Sark. That's all moving away from us. There are some bright skies over that direction. But it's going to be a mixture of this all day long. Good fishing weather. Just where are the bass? So just going to try a different area now. Now the tide is much lower than what it says today. We've got really low pressure, and so the low tide I think was meant to be about a 1.65, but they're giving it to go down to a 1.3. We've still got an hour and 20 minutes until low water, and this area here is much shallower than I anticipated. Now we're still in with the chance obviously, but also in with a chance of getting snagged up, especially using this heavier lure, so it's going to give it a faster retrieve, keep it moving. It's been surprisingly quiet. I was expecting at least one fish by now. I'm into a fish. It's only small. Sure it's a bass. Yeah, it is. Oh no, is it a wrasse? Oh yeah, it is a bass. Just a small one, but could be a blank saver. There we go. Beautiful colours on that little bass. Let's get it unhooked. Well, it's certainly taken a while, but we have a fish. A very lively fish, who hopefully isn't gonna get a hook in my hand. Just a small bass obviously, but absolutely nailed that savagegear lure. Now I just changed over to this white savagegear, which is 33 grams, and we've got ourselves a little bass. So let's get the lure straight back in the water. Hopefully there's going to be a few more. It's been so quiet, so I'm happy with that. Let's get it back. Well, that certainly took some time. My God, casting away and casting away. Absolutely no indications of any fish being here. We just got that small one out the blue. That tide's still racing out. We've got a long time to go until low water yet. So I was actually thinking to myself, do I stay here, stick it out, try and catch one, or do I head somewhere else? That's given me a slight bit of glimmer of hope, but we'll see how the next 20 minutes goes. So I've just decided to have a little 5-minute breather for a second, and I've just come across the weirdest thing. Check this out. Now, I was just looking around the rocks and oh, there we go. Nice little grip lead there. That'll do nicely. But up here, someone has obviously been casting into the same spot, because look at this. This is no word of a lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's another wedged in. 6 leads. That is unreal. I've never found that many at one time. Now, whether these have just got washed up all into the exact same area, which seems pretty unlikely to me, or somebody has just been casting straight onto the same spot every time, getting snags up. I mean, look at these. These are all 6 ounce, I think. That one's a 5. These are all 6. But there we go. 2, 4, 6, 7 leads found on the beach. They'll be going in the backpack. It's going to add some extra weight going up the cliff, but worth it in the end. All in the same place. Like, you could not make that up. Now surely someone hasn't got that much of an accurate cast. They're casting into the exact same spot time after time. And if you were getting snagged time after time, surely you wouldn't then be casting into the same area. Now, if the sea has washed those up into the same little crevice there, but these rocks are filled with crevices. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. So I really can't explain that. If anyone else has got an idea, then please let me know. But there we go, a handful of lead weights, they're gonna come in handy. One of them's a little bit busted, but the rest are all perfectly fine to use. So stopping for a little coffee and having a little look around pays off. So the tide has slackened off a lot now. So what I've just done is clipped on a surface lure again. And I can actually work this in a relatively straight line now. Before, the tide was ripping through here. Because it's got a lot shallower now, just thought it's worth a go with a surface lure, see if there's any fish in here. If not, I'm probably just going to move again. I've just missed a bass on the top. Sorry, off the top. It come up and had a really reluctant swipe at it. It just looked like a small fish. Now then, what I've got in here is a new shallow diver. I'm going to quickly flick this on. Whoa. Right. I don't even know what this is called. It's a Savagegear something, gravity something. There we go, it says gravity shallow, 20 grams. And we'll soon find out how shallow this does swim, because could end up losing a brand new lure. But that's the first swirl I've had whilst using a surface lure today, so maybe they're just a little reluctant. But it's got an interesting action, this lure. It's kind of a long rolling wobble. That's a sign there's fish here still. And they're probably all small, but really doesn't matter. When it's tough going, you'll take what you can. Yep, there we go, I'm on. Boom! New lure, second cast. This is a really small bass. But it's a bass. That's all that matters. That's tiny. There we go. Well, there we are. Third cast, or second or third cast, I don't know what that was, on the new lure, little basil. Now that's not bad, is it? Especially when you just see me get that out of the packet. That little Savagegear, gravity shallow. But a bass is a bass. Thank you very much, buddy. Well, we'll take that, won't we? Small fish, but a fish is a fish. Are there any more for any more? Now either they're really, really spaced out and they keep moving around, and because I'm just staying in the same place at the moment, when they come back in here I'm picking up one or two, or they're just being really finicky and they've not been that interested in the lures I've been throwing at them already. Who knows? That's the fascinating thing about fishing. You can't see what's going on out there unless you get any indications on the surface or anything like that. It's really hard to tell if you're getting followed. Just got to keep persisting, trying different lures to find out what works. I hooked up again, but it's come off. They are being finicky. Now this lure swims super shallow. So that was about 15-20 meters out in front of me. I could see the fish on the lure. I could see the silver shimmering. I'm sure I just had a little bass follow then. I've changed lure again. Now I'm on a 30 gram drift shad, and I'm sure I had a little fish follow that in there. Couldn't quite see. I'm going to end up going through half my lure box today, trying to entice these little bass. Well, hello Mr. Seal. He's right on that reef. It's just gone back under the water. That could explain why it's gone quiet for a bit. Now, where there's seals, there's fish. But if he's this close in here, fairly certain he's going to scare them out of this this little bit in this little area. So then, that's going to do it for my little adventure, my little outing this afternoon. As always, it's been a lot of fun. We managed a couple of small fish in the end, a few hits here and there using different lures, but the two fish I did manage catching both came on white lures, so maybe that was saying something today, but they certainly were being finicky. Now with that seal coming in there, I've had enough anyway. I gave it a few more casts using the Samson shad, but absolutely nothing. So I'm going to call it a day. It's been so much fun though, nice to get out in some fresh air next to the sea, and obviously it's a positive when you catch a few fish as well. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for joining me on this little session. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have and you like this video, please hit the like button, and that'll be very much appreciated. So once again, thanks very much. I'll see you on the next one.